Jill?
I'm going to Vegas this weekend, and the happy part about that is we get to celebrate our friend Liz, who's getting married. So it's her bachelorette weekend. And we're doing so much stuff. We're seeing Britney tonight. We're doing one of those pole dancing classes tomorrow.
Stop the music.
What? Hold on. You're doing a pole dancing class tomorrow?
A classy one.
A classy pole dancing class.
Yeah. Should I not have said that?
I think it's great.
Jimmy's just changing his happy news.
I got my happy news.
Jimmy wants to update his happy news now.
I'm going to Lowe's to buy a pole this afternoon.
Are you going to start teaching the class, Jim?
No, I'm going to put one in the studio.
Jimmy's going to set up. Jimmy's going to a firehouse right now going, give me what you got. I want to borrow that thing. What's wrong with these people? Kevin, please, class up. What's your happy news?
House of Cards, Season 3, hit Netflix this morning.
Rainy weekend. Kevin, locked in. I love it. Okay. Rob, you got happy news? You want to jump on? Or producer Robbie?
Sure. Going to Palm Springs this weekend.
Rainy
My wife's
weekend.
never been. So
Wait a minute. Rainy weekend, Palm Springs, locked in with wife.
Bring Jimmy's pole.
Throw in the back of the car. That's funny. All right, so here's my happy news. This is kind of fun. I got date night tomorrow night. Good. Gonna go see Focus. Excited about that. But I went to Vegas this weekend. I was asked to come in for a panel for the company, for iHeartMedia, and I spoke at some panel. You know when you have these corporate events and everybody comes from the corporation, it's a bonding thing, it's a development thing. This is going to sound like suck up, but I was so proud that they invited me and they had our show represent there because they played tapes of our show of you guys at this event. Mm-hmm. And it was just neat to feel that value from the company you work for. I was pretty happy about that. That was my happiness this week.
After many years with the company, you're feeling valued. That's fantastic.
Since 1996. But I felt, Who's
counting?
It's good. It's good to be...
No, don't turn it, because I know what you just did there.
What did I do?
So I met Bob Pittman, too. And I was going to go. I met Bob Pittman, who's our boss, who used to run AOL and MTV. And I even said to Bob Pittman, I said, Bob, do you remember Kevin when he used to work for you at MTV? You know what Bob Pittman said to me? Absolutely. He's a talented man. A talented man.
That's not true at all. He doesn't know.
866-544-MyFM. What is your happiness?
Valentine in the morning. 1043 MyFM.
Okay, truth be told, I said that to Bob Pittman. He said, that's the guy that drives a Rogue, right?
I go, that's it. That's me.
Nissan Rogue for cab.
Shutdown. The final vote in both chambers could come later today. And Bill Bratton, former LAPD chief and now New York police commissioner, issued his own statement this morning calling the potential midnight shutdown irresponsible and dangerous.
The dust is barely settled after that big contract dispute at the ports of Los Angeles. Now officials have to figure out just what to do if the Department of Homeland Security is partially shut down.
What it means is some non-essential employees could be out of work temporarily, and others may have to work without paychecks. David Cox is the president of the National Federation of Government Employees.
TSA agents average making $400 a week. And how are they going to live? They live payday to payday.
Meantime, port officials say they're pretty much ready just in case the funding dispute goes on. They believe the Coast Guard will keep operating at full strength, and they hope there will be enough Customs and Border Protection agents to do the cargo inspections and keep the goods moving. In Long Beach, John Baird, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Wannabe presidential candidates queuing up at the CPAC. Marco Rubio among them, the Florida senator, took on Obama foreign policy, going after the president and Hillary Clinton. Asked what the words Hillary Clinton meant to him, he replied yesterday. Barack Obama, he said, failed.
Around the world, because of the Obama-Clinton foreign policy, our allies no longer trust us, and our enemies no longer fear us.
And then there's former Texas Governor Rick Perry, remember him?
This administration's incompetence in Iraq and Syria have allowed the emergence of ISIS.
Jeb Bush could come in for some questions a little bit later today, and one Tea Party official warns there is a possibility that fellow conservatives may stage a mass walkout. They complain that Jeb Bush is not conservative enough.
And he has had his delegates instructed to come early at like 7:30 this morning Eastern time to start filling the seats in case there's a walkout. He doesn't speak until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The latest stock market rally runs out of steam on news the economy wasn't growing as much as first thought. Consumer confidence is also taking a hit. Let's get to the money desk. Here's Frank Motek.
All right, the latest readings show the economy wasn't so hot as it turns out. In the last 3 months of last year, the economy grew at a rate of 2.2%, much less than the 2.6% first estimated, and was a major slowdown from the 5% growth seen in the third quarter, which had been the best growth seen in 11 years. Also, higher gas prices now, and the harsh winter back east, leaving consumers feeling a bit less confident. according to the University of Michigan survey out this morning. Consumer confidence sliding this month from an 11-year high last month. Right now, the Dow is down 32 points. Reporting live, Frank Motet, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Fiat Chrysler adding nearly 500,000 SUVs around the world to a recall from last year to fix a potential stalling problem. CBS News correspondent Jeff Gilbert is in Detroit.
The recall mostly impacting 2012 and 2013 Dodge Durango.
Chrysler says the problem is with the fuel pump, and they will let customers know when they can schedule service.
No word yet on a motive for the shooting deaths of 7 people. Another was wounded in a small Missouri town. The victims found in 4 homes. The alleged gunman apparently shot himself in a car. There are 6 active crime scenes. Highway Patrol Sergeant says they were first alerted by a young woman.
A juvenile female caller indicated that she was in the residence and apparently had heard gunshots. She immediately fled to a neighbor's house to notify authorities.
An elderly woman was found dead at one of the crime scenes, apparently of natural causes.
All right, let's take a look at your Valley freeways. 405. When is 405 not a problem? KNX News Time 8:35.
And sponsored by Subaru of Santa Monica, your traffic and weather together on the 5s. Here's Jennifer
It's
George.
always interesting when people call and say, what's wrong with the 405? I go, is this the first time you've taken it? And they say, yeah. I'll say that's just how it always is, unfortunately, unless there's something working, which is not at the moment. It's just very tough. Southbound side of the 405 from Sherman Way into the Sepulveda Pass. It's a very heavy drive. You're not going to get a break until you get past about Santa Monica Boulevard. And then it actually looks good heading down towards LAX. I want to talk a little bit more about this, the drive through the marina. It's miserable. I've had so many calls about it. The lights out at Lincoln and Mindanao, which is, you can exit Mindanao right at the end of the 90 freeway. That's kind of where the 90 and Lincoln and all, and Mindanao meet. Well, boy, the northbound side of Lincoln is the one that's really struggling. It is heavy from Manchester. So I kind of jumped over to Sentinel to see how that's looking, and that looks pretty good. But I got to say, it's really, really heavy. And again, the light is out. It's not even flashing, so you got to treat it like a 4-way. And then I got a call from another woman saying, heading down towards where we live, where we work in the Mid-Wilshire area, Highland and 3rd, apparently the light's out as well. And you know how busy Highland is in the morning, so thank you for that info. There. She said it's backed up for miles on both sides of Highland. At the intersection of 3rd, the light is out as well. Heading into the downtown area, southbound side of the 101, that's not as bad as it normally is. It's been heavy from about Santa Monica Boulevard down. And the Golden State South also, you've got a pocket of slowing around the 134. But overall, again, pretty Friday light for that Golden State South. I'm looking at it slow from about what looks like, let's call it Los Feliz, down into the East LA interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 8:45 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
About what is going to be a rainy CBS 2 weather forecast for Southern California. Not too bad out there now. But Kai Goldberg, the rain is on the way this evening, and some lower snow levels as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about that, Chris, coming up in a moment. I want to get you outside right now. Happy Friday, everybody. Temperatures in the 50s and some low 60s. We're not going to get much warmer than that this afternoon. We'll see partly cloudy skies. The sun will be out here and there in spots. We're going to see about 67 or 68 degrees when all is said and done in downtown Los Angeles. Increasing clouds tonight. Shower chances arriving overnight and into Saturday. Actually, throughout the day on Saturday, spotty, widely isolated. Then we'll see better rain chances from Saturday night into Sunday. Snow levels by Sunday and into Monday dropping down to about 4,000 feet, so we can see anywhere from about 4 to 7 inches of snow up in the local mountains. That is great news for our resorts. Have a great weekend. I'm CBS 2 weathercaster Kai Goldberg with your KNX 1070 News Radio forecast.
Kim Kardashian says it's white and gold, and I agree with her. I don't agree with her on many things, but
Kai Goldberg says white and gold too.
Kai Goldberg said it was white and gold.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you need those.
We should.
Yeah, you need that sugar. You got to keep going. But yeah, make sure you eat, and you'll be fine.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And it's, you know what it is? When you make that turn, what is it, down on Santa Monica? What's their road right by the water? Where they make the final turn? It might be Santa Monica, I'm not sure. When you make that is it Santa Monica?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so when you make that final turn and you see that finish line, it is amazing. You just ran 26.2 miles and you realize that you're going to cross that finish line and you're going to do something that most people will never do.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Go get them.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, love. Thanks for calling.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you where you've been. I could show you incredible things. This heaven sent.
Santa Monica! Specials online at SubaruSantaMonica.com. Offer ends February 28th.
Imagine a grand tour through the heart of Europe like the journeys of days gone by.
These days, nobody captures the original spirit of the Grand Tour better than Viking River Cruises. Their Grand European Tour offers you 15 days of exploration through the iconic cities and countryside of Europe. Budapest, Vienna, Cologne, Amsterdam, and everything in between. Enjoy the local culture and, of course, the food. Learn the history and wonder at your surroundings. For a special treat, view the elegant Lipizzaner stallions of Vienna. Join a tour of Prague's royal residences, or a meeting with a fifth-generation winemaker in Austria's Wachau Valley. Viking's exclusive privileged access makes it possible. Each Viking River cruise carries fewer than 200 passengers. Your outstanding crew and onboard concierge are all at your service. To learn more, visit vrc.com. When you book your cruise with them, they can also book your flight, saving you time and money. That's vrc.com.
All loans subject to OnDeck score approval must be missing at least 1 year to apply. Every day, more and more small business owners are trusting OnDeck for the quick, hassle-free funding they need.
As restaurant owners, my husband and I simply don't have the time for the tedious processing and long waits when it comes to bank financing. OnDeck's process is quick, easy to understand, and gives us the ability to grow our business.
Our accounting firm was in need of working capital. OnDeck was terrific and came through with the funding we needed within 24 hours. At OnDeck, we focus on your business operations and not just your credit score, and we can help with true term loans of up to $250,000. Our loan costs and terms are transparent and understandable, and our application process takes as little as 10 minutes. OnDeck is a publicly listed company on the New York Stock Exchange, and we provided $1.7 billion nationwide. So if you're a small business owner who's looking for a trustworthy lender, funding could be available in just one business day. Go to OnDeckLending.com or call 800-832-7213. That's 800-832-7213.
Hello, this is Don Johnson, Vice Chairman of American Business Bank. Over the last 17 years, we have built our bank on individual client attention, integrity, and respect. These are the backbones for successful financial services. Member FDIC.
KNX News Time 840 to the Money Desk again. Here's Frank Motek.
Well, you've been to the gas station today. You're probably wondering what just happened. An eye-popping jump in gas prices overnight. $3.40 now the average price for self-serve regular in the Los Angeles area, according to AAA. 16 cents a gallon higher than where it was yesterday, and now 94 cents a gallon higher than where it was just 1 month ago. Well, what happened? Oil has come off a 6-year low recently from around $43. It's hovering around $50 now. We have the biggest refinery strike since 1980 when President Carter was in office. The United Steelworkers on strike for 26 days now, no end in sight, and that's impacting the Carson Tesoro refinery here in Southern California. And then we had the explosion of the ExxonMobil refinery in Torrance a couple of weeks ago, also impacting gasoline production here in California. Right now, the Dow is pulling back 27 points, NASDAQ down 7, the S&P 500 up a point. Money News, 10:40 past the hour. Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Man, it has been a hectic morning out there for the drive. San Fernando Valley, we had the problem on the 10 earlier, and now Jen says the lights are out in the marina this morning. Mindanao and Lincoln, she's got more coming up in just a few minutes. Traffic on the 5s is next. KNX News Time 842.
Parking space 105A. To many, it's just 130 square feet of publicly allotted tarmac. Unless you own a 2015 Mercedes-Benz CLA. With its muscular, seductive look and distinctive diamond block grille, that parking space is transformed into a stage that showcases to others what groundbreaking style can be. And as you pull away, thanks to the turbocharged inline-4 engine, parking space 105A transforms again, this time into a launching pad. See the world differently. See it in a CLA from Mercedes-Benz. See your Southern California Mercedes-Benz dealer and lease the 2015 CLA 250 for $329 a month for 36 months with $3,723 due at signing.
Monthly lease payment is available only to qualified customers exclusively through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services at participating dealers through March 2nd, 2015. Some equipment described as optional. Call 1-800-344-8736 for details about costs and terms.
Now this is tennis in the U.S. Perfect! World-class tennis! How good is that? Come on! Sensational!
This is the BNP Paribas Open, located at the spectacular Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Buy your tickets today online at bnpparibas.open.com.
It is rocking in the California desert.
Or call the box office at 800-999-1585.
The free Money Matters Retirement Seminar is 1 p.m. today at Hilton Woodland Hills or 1 p.m. tomorrow, Doubletree by Hilton Marina Del Rey. If you're retired or retiring, don't miss it. Ken Murray was featured on Fox Business News and quoted in Market Watch. Clients that followed his advice did not lose money in the market crash of 2008. When you work with Money Matters, we become your personal financial watchdog so you can relax and not worry. Register at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net or call 800-994-0302. Again, 800-994-0302 or stop by.
Attention municipal bond investors. Through the Buy California Bonds program, the state is committed to making bonds available to individuals on a first priority basis through an early order period March 3rd. FMS Bonds, the tax-free municipal bond specialists, can help. They've offered investors value and insight for more than 35 years. To learn more about this early order period, call 1-800-FMS-BONDS. That's 1-800-FMS-BONDS. Or visit fmsbonds.com today. Muni investors, where can you find munis that suit your needs? Think about it. Many firms sell tax-free municipal bonds, but few have the insight to help you make a smart decision. FMS Bonds knows tax-free bonds. It's their specialty and has been for more than 35 years. Don't call them for stocks or other investments, but when it comes to munis, they're the ones to turn to. Call 1-800-FMS-BONDS and discover the difference. That's 1-800-FMS-BONDS. Or online, visit fmsbonds.com.
At the Lexus Command Performance Sales Event, you can have everything but time. With great offers on the ES and CT Hybrid.
And they'll give you a medium-sized coffee for free. It's better than 7 we want.
200H for $2.99.
That bread you like that makes the perfect sandwiches, organic and natural foods. Well, at Vons, you can get all the things you want at the prices that you want. Like this week, use your Vons Club card to get select varieties of Hillshire Farm smoked sausage for just $5. And select varieties of Farmer John Franks for just $5.
Thousands of Americans are turning their backs on gluten.
It's really bad stuff.
But is it doing any good? Or just making billions for the food industry? On Thursday morning, March 5th at 10, it's KNX Spotlight, a gluten-free program, taking your calls and tweets. Exclusive, original programming from Southern California's news leader, KNX 1070 News Radio. KNX News Time 845. Your traffic and weather together on the 5, sponsored by your Southern California BMW Center. Jennifer York.
I really want to help you out here. So it looks like the light is still out at Mindanao and Lincoln, because I'm seeing a backup almost to Manchester on the northbound side of Lincoln. Southbound side's also very heavy, approaching Mindanao as well. This is the deal. You can take Sentinel, but only so far. It ends at Jefferson. Or you can even try, I'm looking at Sepulveda through the Westchester area, and that seems to be moving pretty well. So that's probably what I would do. And give me a call, maybe. Let me know at 323-467-1070 what's happening there at that intersection of Mindanao and Lincoln. Again, the light was completely out. It wasn't even blinking. It was just black. And so you have to treat that, of course, as a four-way stop. Also, I got the call a few minutes ago about the Highland. It's still, the light is out at 3rd as well. That's heading down here towards the Mid-City area. And, boy, I've been getting complaints that Highland is really, really backed up, especially southbound, approaching 3rd. Big Truck Mark called, said, is the 10 open? Yes, it is. It's been open since about 8 o'clock. 10 westbound was shut down at 4th because of the fatal on PCH. That's been reopened. And the drive, I'm looking at it. It's a good drive now, heading out towards Santa Monica on the westbound 10. It's just prior to that, your Santa Monica drive is unfortunately a little slow, not like normal, but it is heavy, starting around Arlington through Mid-City, and then you'll finally open up past the 405, and your eastbound 10, that looks good, until you get to about the Harbor Freeway. For a limited time, lease the first ever all-electric BMW i3 for as low as $239 a month. Visit SoCalBMW.com for details. Traffic and weather to get on the 5s. Our next report at 8:55 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
Rain is on the way tonight, snow in the higher elevations. As for this morning, low clouds and fog clearing to partly cloudy by this afternoon. Highs today in the 60s, lows in the 50s. Right now, 58 degrees downtown L.A. Always live and local, you're listening to Southern California's only all-news radio station, KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Chris Stevens.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Sometimes there is so much bad news and so much tough stuff that happens that we have to report on. It's nice, especially for a Friday, when the big debate can be over the colors of a dress.
You mean the blue and black?
ConstantContact.com. That's a constant
perfect idea, the idea that could never go wrong. It was perfect in every way. But it went from being a great idea to one big mega Uber Ultra.
That is the voice of an angel. I can't even make eye contact with you right now. Your voice is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
You know, you don't have to push it that hard, you know what I mean? You have a beautiful, natural voice, and I think what you need to do is just kind of effortlessly let it just escape.
Sing it to us. Don't scream it at us.
Yeah, I think it's coming more from your throat than it is from, like, you know, from your diaphragm. You know, you gotta let that's what they always tell you.
All right.
Yeah. Are you gonna barf?
No.
Okay.
While they burn, I will build. You have amazing lung power.
It's true.
Amazing.
Well, I never smoked, ever.
Friday fail stories. Here we go. You've heard of parkour, right?
Yes.
So impressive.
No, I have not.
It's the thing where you run around, you flip off walls and stuff. People call it free running.
Gotcha.
So cool.
Some people call it free running. I call it parkour.
Back in the day, it was called freestyle walking.
Well, there's a million videos online of people who are really good at it. But I tell you what, when you're not good, you can really hurt yourself.
Oh, yeah.
If you hit up thewoodyshow.com, you can see this video that we posted. Somebody put together a 6-minute montage of nothing but people hurting themselves trying to do parkour.
Wow.
Yeah, parkour fails. Yeah, it's really fun.
Fail.
Lots of unsavory language in the video.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure it's safe for work yet, but check it out. All right, now this one's going to upset Menace quite a bit. The other night in San Francisco, a man in his 30s walked into a Taco Bell, tried to rob the place, pointed his gun at a customer who was in line, told everyone to get down on the floor.
Jeez.
Jumps over the counter, points his gun at one of the employees, and starts demanding the money, right? Well, the employee, ballsy enough to grab the guy's gun, and it broke apart. It was a fake gun.
What?
Loser.
The thief realized that he was screwed, jumped back over the counter, and ran away. Yep, so...
Fail.
I think the message here is don't F with the bell, right?
There you go. You got that.
Don't do that.
Dare he even try?
This next story is great. We mentioned it the other morning when it first broke, but there were these 3 fellas who live in Brooklyn. They were posting messages on websites overseas that they were planning to buy machine guns in order to shoot police officers and FBI agents if they weren't able to join ISIS, right? So they also posted on message boards that they were going to kill President Obama if ISIS asked them to do it, and they would be, asking for help getting weapons. Another plan of theirs was to bomb Coney Island. And then these 3 idiots made plans to travel abroad. Again, their goal to join ISIS. And if there's any doubt of their plans, one of the guys called his mother last week to ask for his passport. And when she asked where he was going, he said, quote, if a person has a chance to join Islamic State and does not go there on Judgment Day, he will be asked why.
Okay.
Apparently the plan was to fly to Turkey and then make their way over to Syria. It didn't really happen because the feds, they were onto them. They were watching this whole thing unfold. Busted. No ISIS for you. All 3 have been charged with conspiracy to provide material support for a terror group, and now they're each looking at 15 years in prison.
Good.
All right.
Fail.
Sorry, fellas.
Man,
life in prison.
ISIS right now, also, I know they do horrific things, but they're also going into museums and, like, breaking apart artifacts.
Yeah.
All crazy stuff, yeah.
Where's that happening?
I read one of it is in Mosul. They smashed some 3,000-year-old statues.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad.
Awful.
There's a whole video of it
in
online.
addition to the laundry list of horrible things they do.
I mean, they're nice guys. I mean,
They are
they
not.
need jobs.
you got to get on board.
Yeah.
No.
Ridiculous.
Insanity.
A couple of construction workers in Florida, they had a master plan to steal a bunch of construction equipment from their boss, and they did. They got away with like $8,000 worth of equipment. Wow. And then after the big heist, they were hanging out together talking about how they're going to sell all this equipment for cash. But one of the construction workers had a cell phone in his pocket. Little did he know, he had butt dialed his boss.
Oh, no.
And the boss heard all about their plan to sell his stuff, so he called the cops. The cops busted these idiots, and so far, none of the guys were able to post bail, so they're all sitting in jail.
Oh my gosh.
Have fun in there.
They're all hanging out in fail jail.
Totally.
So funny. Police in Houston had a little help when a teenager took a video of himself singing along to Drake's "How About Now" while he was driving a stolen car. Police tried to pull over 3 pickup trucks that were driving without their lights on. Now, 2 of the drivers fled, but the cops found one of the trucks after they abandoned it. Inside, found the kid's phone with the video of him singing.
He left the phone behind?
Left the phone behind. Police say they have also linked him to other car thefts. So he was arrested. He was hauled off to fail jail.
Wow.
Yep.
Ravi, you sing that song when you're
I
driving?
love How About Now by Drake. I just forget how it goes.
Yesterday, this woman in Phoenix thought it'd be a great idea to eat taquitos while walking on some railroad tracks with her earbuds in.
This is going to go well.
She was walking where?
On railroad tracks.
Oh.
With earbuds in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on railroad tracks.
Railroad tracks. You know that trains run on?
Oh, trains go on those.
On railroad tracks.
Okay.
She's eating taquitos, walking on railroad tracks with her earbuds in.
This is super paying
In her mind, good idea.
Yeah.
So she's on the tracks, not paying attention at all. Train hits her. She went flying, landed between the tracks, managed to not get hit by the train's wheels, though. Get this, she lived.
That's insane.
Oh, wow.
But she's seriously injured. She was taken to the hospital, and that's where the medical team found some meth in with her stuff as well.
my God.
Great night.
So she was walking on railroad tracks and got hit by a train.
Railroad tracks.
Interesting.
You know, we have a rule on the show that we never feel bad for anybody that gets hit by a train when they're walking on or near railroad tracks.
Especially with the earbuds in.
Right.
Whilst on meth.
No, we've all heard the expression, when you play with fire, you get burned, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It will happen. I mean, it's fire. You're playing with it. Right. You're going to mess up. So down in Oceanside, this teenage girl, she was hanging out in her room playing with a lighter, ended up lighting a piece of paper, dropping on the floor, and the flames just quickly went from the carpet to the curtains to other parts of her room. Next thing you know, the entire house goes up in flames.
Wow.
House.
Thank you.
Her whole house goes up in flames. Luckily, everyone was able to get out. Nobody was injured, but the entire house was destroyed. Playing with a lighter.
Worth that.
You're